Welcome back to another review, this time for the anime The Fragrant Flower Blooms with the Dignity, which had 13 episodes and was airing in summer of 2025. Synopsis from any list. Midori High is a boys' school that takes in the dregs of society with a lousy grades. Next door stands Kikyu Girls High, where the wealthy, high-class families send their precious daughters. Midori's second year Rintaro, who has a fierce face but a gentle heart, is helping at his family's pâtissier when he meets a girl named Kaoru. The two hit it off right away, but this blissful peace is quickly disturbed when Rintaro discovers that Kaoru is actually a student at Kikyu, where she doesn't seem to realize what a huge problem this really is. Will these two be able to forge a path for themselves and sidestep the traps, metaphorical and literal, laid by their classmates? So this show is a romance. Now, I am not too fond of most romances. Specific genres have specific situations that seemingly have to happen, like a shonen battle manga has to have a training arc, and romance, they have to have some drama. But most of the time it's like misunderstandings, they don't clear it up, it's drama for drama's sake, a lot of times. Now, The Fragrant Flower does none of these. All of the drama that is in the show is understandable. Characters act in a way that you would expect them to act, especially after you find out some of the background of these characters. And it is a very, very enjoyable show. It is a fantastic romance. I love the show a lot. The main character, Rintaro, which is a big guy, and Kaoru, which is a small guy, they're both fantastic. Rintaro is a really nice, sweet dude. He just looks like a delinquent. He's just big. People want to mess with him, but he is not interested. He just wants to be left alone. He's going to stick to his friends. He's going to go to the end of the world for his friends. Seemingly. At least it feels like that. He's just a good dude. And, I mean, he's working or his family has a pâtissier. I mean, what is not to love? Now, Kaoru, on the other hand, she's just super cute. She likes to eat sweet stuff. She's super happy whenever she gets to eat cakes and stuff, and it's just adorable. And together, along the season, we get those two characters introduced to one another. We get to do, some early introductions, see them get closer, and, romance stuff can or cannot happen. Now, we do have some supporting characters. Rintaro has like 3 guy friends, and they are great friends. Great friends, and each has their own reason to be in the show, more or less. So you have like the smart guy that is he is a little bit more spiky. He doesn't like to bullshit around. He's pretty straightforward, but a lot smarter than the other two. He's able to identify stuff. He's going to, he's going to see changes that the other two are not really seeing. He's the brains of the group, more or less. You have we can go to the characters down here. Better that way. So we have Saku. Saku is like the smart guy, straightforward. He is the one that I mentioned. We have Shohei. He's the upbeat guy. He is full of energy. He is the one that has no filter at all. He's just saying what he thinks. And, sometimes it may not be as good for him to just say what he thinks. However, he's always just straight on the point. It is nice to have someone like this in your group because they are not shy about just talking about whatever. And then you have Ayato, who is like the more subdued friend, but he's like a badass of the group. He's also fantastic. Together, those three plus Rintaro, they have a good group going. I like their chemistry. I like that they, you know, they seem to be a pretty tight-knit group. They go to bat for each other. They are a really good group of friends. Now, Kaoru also has a friend named Subaru. Now, they also together, fantastic friends. Kaoru was more or less helping Subaru. Subaru is helping Kaoru. They protect each other. They are like sisters. They are really tight friends. And together we have those two little groups. Now the big drama point of the show, instead of being like misunderstanding or hey, you talk to someone I don't want you to talk to, the main problem is that Rintaro goes to Shidori High and Kaoru goes to Kikyu Girls High. Now, one of them is like one of the worst schools, quotation, that there is, and the other one is like a high-end school. You already see that the schools are right next to each other. And you have like Shidori High, which is like a block, a gray, it doesn't look welcoming. It's like, yeah, go here. They have like, I believe like a little plaque, which is like, here's the school, get in, don't bother anyone. And then you have Kikyu Girls High, which is like a nice brick building with a nice facade, with little extra bits and pieces everywhere, and it looks like a higher end school. And naturally, those two schools don't mix too well. Now, seemingly, not necessarily because of the students, but it seems like the teachers are also involved in that. We did not get to find out more about that, but you know. Also, we get to see a little bit more about Rintaro's parents. Kaoru's parents are not shown much or at all this season, I believe. But we get to see Rintaro's parents, and they're great. They are fantastic parents. Shocker, I know. Anime, fantastic parents. Who would have guessed? But there's like, you know, there's like a line between, hey, good parents, which are like normal parents, which is sad to say, to be honest. But, you know, good parents are like, they do what they need to do to give their kids the chance that they need. And then you have like great, fantastic parents. And these, they go a lot farther than they need to. Especially the mom. The mom is such a good mom. Such a W mom. I love her to bits. She's fantastic. The dad, he seems to be, you know, he seems to be the one that gave Rintaro his more menacing look, I would say. Because he is very focused. He's the guy that is responsible for the patissier, for making the cakes. And he's a lovely dude. He's just a really lovely dude. He feels a little bit like... It feels like he's a little bit old school in some aspects. But it balances perfectly with the mom, which is like seemingly trying to curb the dad in his old school way. I mean, what else is there to say? Not much. Animation is really nice. It's very bright, colorful. We have like some really nice symbolism, especially later on. It just is a very, very enjoyable romance. Let's see, do we have something to show a little bit? Now this is naturally, it's not too late in the show. However, I like this little scene, so I want to show you some interaction between Rintaro and Kaoru. There you go. I just like that. I mean, we can a little bit more, just a little bit. Look at her jump. She's just so happy to see him. Just so cute. I really like this one. I really like this one. Now, ratings, analyst, 87%. My enemy list, 8.75. I mean, you can see the votes. I mean, what do I even blabber about? There you go. You have the ratings. I would say, again, I'm not really a romance guy. There are some romances I like Dangers in My Heart, Horimiya. I love Horimiya. Such a good show. Such a nice... whatever. Different anime. I would say this show is a 10 out of 10. It's just... in my opinion, it delivered everything I wanted from a romance. You have a cute main characters. You have a good supporting cast. You have like some drama, but it is understandable, and we are able to try and go and resolve that drama, in quotation. It just is a fantastic show. And it is a fantastic first season. I really loved the show. It brought me to tears at some points, not because I was sad, but because I got really happy. It just is a fantastic romance. Highly recommended.